Hey everyone, this is the Beard Z. Let's come my review of the MMS 317 Star Wars First Order Stormtrooper. This is just the vanilla Stormtrooper. Doesn't mean it's bad at all. In fact, it's actually quite good. So yeah, I'm going handheld for this one. As you see, Star Wars. You know the box, so let's look at the face. Alright, most of these are going to look kind of familiar because you saw most of these with the heavy gunner, which everybody's going to go up before this one. And see, we've got open palm hand, same as heavy gunner. Wax palms, one's actually on the figure right now because he's at the critical gun. Again, same as the thing. Two fists, same as heavy gunner. Two trigger fingers, one's on the figure right now. Yep, same as the heavy gunner. Pistol, same as heavy gunner. Every single trooper figure is probably going to come with this, except for TR-8R. He's just coming with this, which is a blaster rifle, which looks really, really cool. And it does, for those of you who know, who are in the know, it does unpeg. I come back here. Actually, I got to do this F camera just so I don't mess it up. And there we go. It actually forms a little stock. Never do it in the movie. It looks really stupid up front when you do, but you can do it. So, you know, there you go. I hate that laugh. Alright, just one little last looky-loo with the figure right here. See, I just got him in like a relaxed gun holding pose. He can be in a very, very aggressive gun pose. You'll see that in the photos at the very end, so you can't get it to do that. That's why I had it for ever since I got it, but I just decided to switch it up because that's the way it was since I got it. And it looks, see, I actually got the legs to look kind of decent, like he's actually walking. The little articulation in the tail really just does not come into play here. It's kind of lifted up, but it doesn't work at all. I cannot get the toe articulation to really work. So it's like they made the shoes out of this weird rubber material so they could bend, and it doesn't really work. So, woo! There's an accessory bag. But let's do a little 360 in the figure. Here you see you got the little gun right there. Yep. Yep. And that does do that too. So this is probably going to be the shortest Hot Toys review I ever do. Because there's not too much more that I could say that I didn't say in the Heavy Gunner one. I just want to go ahead and tell you right now, since I already spoke about it before. Just in case you don't watch the Heavy Gunner review. The articulation here in the legs is terrible. Just right here, it's terrible. You cannot get to do anything. There's like a padded foam rubber. It actually feels thicker here than it does on the Heavy Gunner. It's super, super thick, super padded, and you can't get it to bend anywhere. That is the range of motion that you can get out of the hips in this guy. No articulation whatsoever inside of the waist. So, you know, you're kind of screwed there. The articulation range is really, really nice inside of the arms. But I initially wasn't too worried about this, and I'm still not too worried about it at all, but you do have this little, collapsing of the rub right here and then the elbows. Like I said, I haven't seen any real strain or stress or anything on it, and I left it in a pose for a long time, but, you know, that's still there. That may be an issue over time, but to me, I don't think it's going to be an issue with the elbows. It's going to be an issue with the knees, because these buckle and collapse way too easily. And ugh, look at that. Look at that. That's barely bent. Barely bent like how much. I mean, if I were to crank this all the way, you would see how much it deforms. It's just terrible. I mean, this one deforms about a quarter as bad as this deforms. So, that should tell you something. I'm not too worried about this. This can be easily managed. The knees. You really got to watch out for these knees. I mean, it's not like you're going to have them in super dynamic poses where you need to do that anyways because the legs are terrible. But, yeah. Do you need this figure? Do I recommend this figure? Hell yes. Yes. If you are a Star Wars fan, if you like Stormtroopers, you know, if you like the episodes of Stormtrooper design, you have to have this in your collection. It's perfectly priced at, $205 because it doesn't come with too much at all. I do wish it was a little bit cheaper, so army building would be more affordable. Because, they're just going to reuse these parts for every trooper going forward. We already know of like 7 that they're reusing it on. So, there you go. But, I would say I wouldn't let the rubber at all detract you from buying this at all. Like I said, if anything, the articulation is because of this padded pleather suit down here. That's just, ugh. You're not going to get any articulation out of this whatsoever. And the reason you don't get any articulation out of the waist is because just the way the suit is constructed, it's too tight. But otherwise, I really, really love this figure quite a lot. Look how amazing that looks. That looks fantastic. I love this thing so much. Even more so than the Heavy Gunner, I really do. Just because it doesn't have the vest on there. You can see more of the actual armor. It shines through. It just looks clean. It looks, you know, like Apple made Stormtroopers, I guess you could say. But this looks fantastic. I love this a lot. So you gotta have at least one of these guys. You gotta have at least one of these guys if you're collecting the Force Awakens Star Wars figures, I think. But yeah, this looks... You can't go wrong with this. You really cannot go wrong with this. See, the Heavy Gunner, that's more completist, more so like, oh yeah, I want to build an army, or I want to give some variations in a couple figures. Or if you just really like that design. But for me, this is it right here. Fantastic. I think this is a must-buy. I really do. Like, you just gotta be worried about the articulation. That's the big downside to this figure. And like I said, the rubber, some people are worried about it because of Hot Toys rubber issues in the past. You treat it right, you should be fine. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just close this video. I don't know. I'm stumbling on my words here because I don't know what else to say about this thing. I've pretty much expended everything I had to say in the Heavy Gunner review. This is gonna be like the shortest Hot Toys review I've ever done. Seriously. Anyways, I've been the Bearded Zeno for Clicking Phoenix Entertainment. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know what you think about the First Order design in general. I know some people don't like it. They say it looks like a duck. To me, it looks more like Quagmire from Family Guy, but, you know, Duckmire. Yeah, just let that sink in your head. I'm grasping for straws. I'm trying to pad the length. I don't know why I should, but man, whatever. Anyway, see you in the next video.